Welcome to the Lair, a place where interesting people you may know tell you things you didn't. So grab a chair and your favorite vice and get comfortable. There are no rules in the Lair, but there is Laura Babcock. You know her from TV, and she is not into media monogamy. Let's find out who else is in the Lair.
It's funny. So we're in the Lair, and it's Laura Babcock, Gabriella, our peanut gallery, of course, and our special guest is Dr. Andria Hoda.
Hello.
And I have to tell you, we were just talking about Twitter because you've just tweeted me. Okay, I gotta check it. Hold on. I am an iPhone addict. I moved over to the dark side from BlackBerry recently. Okay, in the secret lair with Power Group Laura Babcock, talking TiCats right now. Grrr. I love that because you were here before your interview with Marvin Ryder was in here, and he said he had nothing but bad things to say about the TiCats.
I'm pissed off right now. Honestly.
Yeah, so tell me.
I will tell you exactly why. Because when it comes down to it, everyone's talking about the TiCats, and all they're talking about is paper, dollar bills. That's all that matters. But the thing that I remember the most about my experience with the TiCats when I was cheerleading from 1995 to 1999 was that you couldn't get that many people in Hamilton all charged up and energized and all on the same page and happy like you could when you could get them in the games. Or when we came back, when we came back from the Grey Cup and they won and we had a parade through Hamilton, that was the best day ever. And it's like everyone was on the same page. We're all happy. We're all celebrating. And there's not too many events that ever go on in Hamilton like that where you can get a congregation like that.
So you're saying with his analysis, Marvin Ryder's analysis, he's missing the human factor. He's missing it's almost like when the Olympics were happening in Vancouver and the entire country felt proud.
Right.
When the World Cup was won by Italy and James Street North was
oh my
the best
God,
party
I was in Little Italy in Toronto. That was the best.
Like those part. You know what? We were wearing French jerseys and we changed as soon as they lost into Italian ones and we went to James North.
But my thing with the TiCats, and I'm not from Hamilton, so
it's okay.
You know, forgive me. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. But you know, is that same mentality? Does that still exist? That was 1999 when they won the cup. The last time they won the cup. So have the attendance numbers increased, decreased? You know, when I picture like somebody, when I see somebody with like a TiCats jacket on or paraphernalia, it looks like it's from 1999. Like well,
that could be how
actually
it looks old. I don't know.
A guy in my office the other day came in with the 1998 Eastern Champions T-shirt on. I said to him, like, "Were you at that game? That game was unbelievable." Yeah, and then it kind of brings it all back. But it's like any sport. If they're not winning, you can't get butts in the seats. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Except for the Leafs. They've been losing for 40 years.
I don't understand. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan, so that Leafs thing I will never understand in my whole life. So I don't even want to go there.
It's the same thing with the TiCats, right? It's a history thing.
Well, let me say this, Andrea. You know, you were here, as is the custom at the Lair. You've been to a few Lair chats where we have pizza, wine, etc. We have a peanut gallery, people who watch and weigh in. And Marvin Ryder was in the Lair, and I'm not sure when we're going to broadcast these, but he was making the argument that the TiCats got away with a lot during the Pan Am debacle, etc. You were sitting over there, former TiCat cheerleader, but that's not all that you have or do. You also were an Argos cheerleader.
Oh my God, people are gonna.
But they'll still love you. I know, Argos. You know, I have to believe sports fans, especially the male ones, love cheerleaders in spite of their particular team loyalty.
After TiCats, or
I did the Tiger Cats from 95 to 99. I actually coached the Toronto Rocks dance team for 3 years after that. Yeah, and then I started their dance team for them.
Really?
They didn't have one,
Wow.
And then I went away to chiropractic college, so I kind of had to give it all up.
Well, see, that's the thing, is I met you as a chiropractor. You have a beautiful Meadowlands chiropractic. It's beautiful. You know, you're into very cool stuff. One concept, you're all about the environment. And I didn't know when I met you that you were a cheerleader. You were recently in the National Lingerie League and then had an injury. How do you have an injury in the Lingerie League?
Actually, I got jammed up on the line of scrimmage and a girl fell on me.
I was on the National Football, what's it called? What is it called?
The Lingerie Football League.
I went on their website today just because I knew you were coming, so I was like, oh, whatever, I'll check it out.
It's hardcore.
Dr. Hoda.
It's
oh my
serious.
gosh. They're in their...
No.
They're in their underwear.
No, they're not. Let me say, see, that's what all these
Okay,
media people do. All
no,
these media people do.
There's a video. I will pull up that video right now.
Pull it up. It's sports bra in shorts. It's nothing. And not only that, but it's full contact. So these girls are
Well, that's what I'm saying.
each
I
other.
understand that. No, they were legit playing football. Like, they were, this wasn't like, you know,
Okay,
touch.
but let's talk about that image thing for a second.
Right.
Because it's fair ground. You've opened it up. So you're saying media people position it as something slutty or whatever, but you're saying it's just sports bra and shorts and it's real sport.
Right.
But your Twitter, you tweeted me today. It's the first time you've tweeted me, I think. And your twit pic, dude.
Yeah, model.
But not just model with like a big metal belt on. Like, let me put it this way. I'm like, do I show my husband this or not?
You're gonna have like 18 million new followers now.
But this is one hot photo. We're gonna put it up with your blog.
Oh, yay.
So what I'm saying is, you can make the art, but you put it on Twitter as your profile pic.
I know, but you know what though? I have it as my name so that I try to separate my professional life away from my model.
You tweeted me and said,
yes,
yeah, I'm gonna be on the Lair cast. So, okay, can I teach you something? If you didn't learn it, if you didn't learn it from Congressman Wiener, do you not know about Congressman Wiener? Watch out for the shit you put on Twitter. How many more people have to get hurt by this? Okay, it's a broadcast medium. So that picture, you look like, honestly, I mean, obviously you're gorgeous, but you look like you could be in the starter pages of Playboy and that shit. It's
You know what that was from? It was
More
from
Maxim.
it was from when I was doing fitness competitions.
You're gorgeous, and if I had a body like that, I too would make it my profile.
I would be walking around in my bikini. I would not care.
I'm just saying.
So much for the whole
So here's my thing. This is the dilemma that I'm trying to get to the bottom of, ladies. Is that okay? Are there those of us who have never been graced with a body like that who say, ooh, what you do is slutty. I look down on it because I do not have that rockin' bod. Although, Gabby, you could have that rockin' bod. I think maybe you do. You just don't dress that way. Or, so is it a hater thing? Or is it the fact that you've got somebody who's a doctor of chiropractic, you're a smart woman, you've got all this stuff going on, and then, to Gabby's point, you dress up in, like, fantasy sport and wrestle for men. Like, what up?
I think the big thing is that if they called it the Ladies Football League, no one would go.
Yeah, but it's lingerie.
You know what I mean? Well, that's the whole selling point, right?
Well, but why do you need a selling point to play a sport like that? Like, you are legitimate athletes. I was watching the video. That shit's hardcore.
She got jammed up on the line of scrimmage.
I got jammed up on the line of scrimmage. A girl fell on me, and I had a great tree sprain in my ankle.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like it only perpetuates a lot of problems.
So they're not wrestling with pillows and stuff.
Don't let Laura, whenever we watch football, all she talks about is, I'm just happy looking at all the ass.
Yes.
Oh, the tight pants.
No, and the tie-up pants with the shiny ass. It's fantastic. I like football. What? I'm just saying. Add the Dallas Cowboys title to the mix. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But I don't think that they are trying to turn on the ladies. They're wearing that because it's probably more aerodynamic. You guys, if I can work on your point here with you, Gabby, you're not dressing for sports. You're dressing for titillation. No?
Yes, a little bit, but the way
well,
we're not going to go out there with those big football pants and pads on.
Why not?
And stuff
that
like
would be better for the sport.
You know what? The more you wear, the more it gets in the way of like when you're actually playing the sports. Like look at people who play beach volleyball for crying out loud.
So you're saying the lingerie league is really just about more freedom to be athletic?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Now I see how this goes. You twist my words around.
No, I'm just trying to understand.
No, and that's my thing. I'm totally curious. Like
coming from a hater who's never had a body that could be lingerie on a football field. I'm just saying.
And my thing, and just why? Like, if the men don't have to dress like that, then why do the women have to dress like that? And if the argument is, that you can move faster, you can move better, but I don't think a garter belt makes you run any faster.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that whole point was just, kind of playing along with the name, right?
Yeah.
Totally. So.
She do it because she can.
No, and you know what? Let me tell you, the only reason why I went, I saw it on Twitter. I was actually on vacation, and I saw that some of the other girls that I used to cheerlead with actually were going to try out, and they kind of mentioned, they're like, Hoda, you should probably try out for this. I'm like, well, I have this new bionic arm. I just had the surgery on my shoulder. I'm like, I don't know if I should be playing football. But then the tryout day came, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm an audition junkie. I love to go to things and try new things just to kind of make it seem like I can still do stuff. Yeah. So whether I made it or not, I didn't care. I had turf burn all over my face. I was smashing bags, going up against guys, and it was just like, you know what? I can still do it. I still have the athletic ability.
If I knew, and that's why you're here, right? Is because I never, as bitchy as I am, I never try to totally prejudge something, right? If I don't know. So if I knew that the Lingerie League was actual football, not hot chicks prancing around in sexy lingerie, so that football guys between their regular season games would watch something else and pay, advertising revenue.
Yeah.
That was my impression of it. It's a fantasy league. It's a guy fetish thing. She's a smart, beautiful woman. Clearly, you could do it, but why would you?
Because when she came and told me that she had tried out for this team, all I heard about was, I get to smash people.
I get to smash shit.
That's all I heard about.
See, that respect.
And that's all. Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what it was.
Lingerie, I just heard about that she got to go out and just do what she does. It's
So
like
really,
she's
sports
athletic.
bra and shorts or garter belt? I'm hearing two different stories. I didn't do my research.
No, you do. You have a little some of the teams wear a little belt thing, or they have like a little thing around the neck. I think that's just
Like
to
a little
jazz it up a
choke,
little.
a little fetish choke
Yeah,
collar,
exactly.
little S&M.
But really,
Okay,
like
nothing sexual.
when the girls put
Right.
on the helmet and the shoulder pads, like you're okay. There's nothing sexy about that, really. Like okay, they're wearing shorts and a sports bra, but really.
So you're saying though that there wouldn't be an audience for just chicks playing football?
No, it's just
sexy.
it's like women's hockey. Like no one cares except for the gold medal game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because they're not sexy.
Exactly.
So do women have to be sexy to be successful?
No, and it's unfortunate that people portray it that way. Like you don't hear too much about the WNBA you know how hard these women work. Like even these girls that we're the first Canadian team to play this football, and a lot of girls have never played football in their life. Like I'm 32, and that was the first time I've ever played football.
So, but let me ask you this question, because I hear what sounds to me like a paradox, and I gotta zoom in on it. I gotta zoom in on it. Okay, so, and I don't know if you think the same thing, Gabby, or whatever, weigh in, but I'm looking at this, and I'm hearing on the one side, you're saying it's unfortunate that real athleticism, that real power chicks, that real, they're working hard and they're good, get ignored because they're not sexy, right? So there's this status quo that sucks.
Or that they're not good enough to play sports like men.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing, right?
But I mean, they're not, nobody cares about the WNBA and blah, 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 because there's nothing appealing to watch. They're not as good as men, and they're not playing the sexy role, so what's to watch? But then on the other, so I love that opinion, I agree, but then on the other hand, when you are part of something like the Lingerie Football League, aren't you making their job harder?
Yeah, and it's funny because I always thought about that at first, and I thought that really bothered me. But when I actually started going to the practices and started playing football, all that went out the window. All you were trying to do was go there and do your best and try to compete for a spot on this team.
I don't think anyone's arguing that. That you guys are working hard and whatever. But it's just at the end of the day, the image and how it's marketed.
It's brilliant.
Is about being
I
sexy.
love you.
Have you not seen A League of Their Own? Don't we remember that? Anybody?
Was Madonna in that movie?
But they were wearing
Rosie
underneath baseball.
O'Donnell.
They were wearing skirts. They were wearing skirts to play baseball.
Yeah, but not hot skirts like their kind of
No, I mean, this was the 1950s, okay? It's pretty much the equivalent.
Women are beautiful and they are sexy. Who cares? And if they can play a sport and they play it well and they love doing it, who cares?
But the men don't have to dress for us to watch them.
But we don't even
excel
care. You know
athletically.
what? No, you're not even thinking about that. When you get out there, you're just out there to do your job.
Which I think is
have
awesome.
fun.
Like, I think
And
that's
I'm glad
awesome.
we have you
That's
here to explain that to us, because
Yes.
honestly, otherwise you just hear
But
Lingerie
that's where I
Football
see
League.
maybe they're failing in their marketing, because you know what? Yeah, you are appealing to all these guys, but think about how you could spin this for other.
It should be for
to
women, exactly, to empower women, to say to
But
women.
who's their target market? Let's be honest, right? Like their
But
target
still,
market
but
is
imagine like how many of my friends or people that I know would have came just because I would have talked to them about it.
Knowing that women are out there playing football, and when you hear women talk about what they're doing on that field and how much I would never have thought to play football. Now listening to her, should I want to get some shoulder pads on and crash she's allowing other women to. She's empowering them, even if it means that she's putting on a sports bra, and who cares? You're in a bikini. People see people in bikinis all the time. So she's wearing one while she's playing football. She's giving these women the opportunity to actually take it further.
I guess, okay, so here's my thing, Monica, and we didn't introduce you. It's Monica Pasana for Channel. Okay, so here's my thing, is that, yes, beautiful women, more power to them. Been jealous my whole life. If I was born that way, my God.
Why, you're gorgeous. You need to stop that right now.
But I'm just saying, not going to be playing in lingerie anytime soon. All right?
Boo. I'm out of here.
Yeah, not going to happen. I know my strengths, and they're from the neck up. All right?
Stop it.
I'm just saying. I'm not feeling.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna start tweeting right now. I'm tweeting. Don't
mistake this for me being falsely humble or something. I'm just stating the fact. I understand what my strengths are. I market those strengths, leverage them. It's all good. I talk well, and I'm pretty on TV, and it's all good. My thing is, if you're saying that the Lingerie Football League is to empower women, then that's one thing. Is it a fantasy league for male sports fans to really see what they really wish they were watching on the football field? That's another thing. But trying to convince me that it's both simultaneously, I find a little hard to swallow. So I'm just saying, you might take it that way, but they don't market it that way.
No, they
don't. I mean, nobody's saying, hey, ladies, watch these well-fit chicks go out there and, like, jam each other up on the line of scrimmage because this is empowering.
I'm going to give you some more lines.
That will watch it because they are fit and they're aggressive and they have this charisma about them. And
so I think about the Women's Fitness Football League. Or the kick-ass women with like rockin' hard.
Because feminists are
actually, let's start with Hamilton with the TiCats. Let's start our own women's football league in Hamilton.
Listen. They're expanding into Canada next year. They're gonna have like 6 teams in Canada. Hamilton's gonna be one of them.
Are you gonna try it again once you get rid of your injury?
I was trying to talk to them today about helping them because they're gonna have the all fantasy game at Cops Coliseum on July 30th.
Well, what I heard, and I brought it up earlier today that you're going to be in the Lair, is that people understand it's competitive. They do understand making a cut, getting into that team. I don't want to diminish it just because I don't understand the marketing of it. But you're doing more than that. You're also in a movie.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh my God.
Tell us about the movie. We are sitting next to a movie spy.
No. Well, it hasn't started yet, but it's I know I'm so limited as to what I can say, but it's kind of like a spy thriller kind of movie. So it's an independent film, and it's going to be made locally, but we're also going to be filming in Montreal and New York City. And
so how did
you
land this? Because you're a chiropractor, for
Facebook.
God's sakes. Facebook.
Oh my God.
So you know those pictures that you don't understand?
No, I understand it. I understand the picture. I just don't see how it works with your professional life.
Did someone
That's
pursue you?
Yes. Yeah, so I got casted for it, and then I had an audition.
Through your Facebook
Okay.
picture.
You know, for the thousands of people who are currently listening to this wondering, how do I see this woman?
Oh my
Go to laircast.com or your Twitter. Which Andria Marie.
No, but there's no
Andria. So it's I'm on here, right? So it's at ANDRIMARIE. And I'm not trying to objectify you, but you referenced your photo. I did as well. You must look at it. You're beautiful.
My Twitter.
So you had that. So that was your Facebook pic as well, and somebody said you need to be a spy in a film.
Or was it a different picture?
There's a whole, so that picture is one of a series of a photo shoot that I did after I did the Ontario Provincial Championships for Fitness last year. So I did a photo shoot with a friend of mine. Yeah. So it was in August.
You were 31 when you had that photo taken?
Yes.
Okay, Rob, you're officially not allowed to look at her. I thought she was like 26. That's not even fair. Okay.
So I had a series of pictures done, and the photographer actually knows the producer director of this film. So kind of through these channels, I was casted for it, and I had my audition a couple weeks ago.
What brought you into cheerleading, chiropractic, fitness competitions, movie? What has you working on both the serious side and what seems like much more fun side, the playful side? No, it's playful. It's great.
Well, yeah, I think you do need to have some sort of escape or release from your serious side all the time, or you go crazy. And that's what I've always found. And I've found a lot of people chastise me for that. Is that you're being irresponsible or you're not focusing enough. And I think owning my own business and actually owning 3 businesses has gotten me to I think I am serious enough that I believe that you only have a certain amount of time. My father passed away about 10 years ago. It'll be in July. And once that happened, I just said, you know what? Life is way too short for you to live like in a closed box and doing what other people say. Like, it's funny because ever since my dad's passed away, I'm with my sister and my mom, and we're at the opposite ends of the spectrum. So I have these 2 people who don't understand anything I do. Yeah. So it's kind of...
But you must be proud, because I love it when somebody can, as you said, I mean, I've said it's cliche, I like to work hard and play hard.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows me knows that I might be more serious in a meeting per se than I will be in Atlanta on a Saturday night dancing with her. I definitely have a party side to me. What's the point of life if all you're going to do is work hard and make money? You got to have fun.
Exactly.
But you've managed to be, and that's why we invited you here, is you're successful in your day job, and you're also successful in this creative avenue that you've chosen, whether it be movies or getting into that very competitive Lingerie Football League. I mean, we had questions about your choices on it, but it doesn't negate the fact that it's hard to get there. And to be a cheerleader, I know, especially for the Argos, is not easy. So you're very competitive, you're very ambitious, you're creative, and as you said, you manage 3 businesses successfully. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's been tough, but it's fun, and I've met so many cool people on the way. Like I've met you guys, Monica, who like I'm very close to now, and it's all just through these avenues and getting yourself out there, and I couldn't imagine it any other way.
So what's your idea of a perfect day?
Perfect day? Waking up beside my honey James, and then just honestly, the people who come into my office are remarkable.
Sorry, Hearts crush. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Angels are crying somewhere.
And my little cat.
Yeah, who's ever doing your PR for you going forward, you know, when you get a big PR agent because you're going to be a big superstar.
Aren't you going to be my PR
well,
agent?
I'm just saying. Hold off on the
we
whole.
We can get into entertainment PR.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, so I wake up in my bed alone.
Yeah.
Sweaty from the night before. I don't sleep with the window open. I sleep with it closed. Then I get into the shower and it steams up, and then I drop pictures in the window.
She's too quick of a study.
She's talking.
I'm not allowed to interrupt her now.
Then I decide I don't want to wear clothes to work today, so I hop into my car, which is a convertible.
Okay, if ever there was an argument to make this a video Lair cast,
Hey, no! I have a pimple on the end of my nose and I have pizza in my teeth. I'm
I'm not going to lie, she's kind of touching herself, stroking her hair. Her hand went down there for a second.
And the wine. Oops,
Yeah,
I spilled my wine.
Yeah, okay, from now on, the Lair cast is on video.
I'm glad I can make a change in the world.
No, you know what, Andrea, you're doing a lot of cool things.
Thank you.
And it's been a pleasure meeting you. And, you know, the whole point of the Lair cast was for us to talk to interesting people who aren't necessarily, you know, carbon copies of me, God forbid, or anybody else. And you know what? I love that you approach life with such balls. I don't know if that sounds like, I don't know if that sounds kind of weird given the conversation we've had, but you do. You got big balls. You got three careers going, plus all this other stuff. Acting, I don't know if anyone in the room's ever acted before, but you've got to have great confidence to be on
the
camera.
audition process was kind of...
Oh, for sure.
What color is the ball in that league?
Pardon me?
What color is the football in that league?
Oh, it's the same as every other
Maybe
ball.
you
Yeah,
said-
actually it's a little bit
Was
lighter.
that you testing to see if she's ever seen the football?
No.
I'm just wondering if, you know.
It's a little bit smaller, so you know, like the junior footballs that they'd use, they don't have any lines on them, but it's just a little bit smaller than an NFL ball.
They do that with basketball too, right? With women's basketball, I think they use a bit of a smaller ball.
You have to. Oh my God,
Yeah.
the CFL balls are ridiculous. You can't even pull.
Well, I think that stuff like that makes.
Well,
that makes
regardless
sense.
of the size of the balls in the CFL, you, Andria Hoda,
Their
have
balls are bigger.
giant balls, and it's a pleasure having you in the Lair
Yes,
cast.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Yay.
Chats in the Lair is a Power Group production. Visit us at powergroup.ca or laircast.com, or check us out on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.